weekend, great day, great atmosphere. A really good football game for about 3 quarters, and then the wheels fell off. We're disappointed because we really prepared, worked hard, felt like we would win that football game. But we had 4 turnovers, and as I always say, it's hard to beat the average team with 4, and it's an evenly matched team. It's almost impossible to beat. Hats off to Coach Robinson, Alabama State. They did a good job of capitalizing. We talked afterwards. He said some good things yesterday on the SWAT call. So, it's unfortunate. We got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. 7 turnovers in 3 games. Makes it tough to win a ball game. But I'm still encouraged. I still believe in this team. We have a good football team. We do. And we just got to clean up some things and go forward. This week, of course, we're playing up, and the goal is still the same. We're never going into a game just to go into a game. We're going to prepare to win the football game, even though the odds may be stacked against us, but that's just part of it. If you're going to be in this profession, you got to go to those games with the mindset to win. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some things differently this week and going forward. So, we looked at everything from the first 3 games, personnel-wise, and what we're doing schematically. And so we're gonna do some things differently. We're gonna make some changes. What we're doing, kicking game, I am basically getting back involved with the kicking game, special teams game. That we have to do that. To show up some things to make sure that we're changing momentum and taking away momentum. And so making sure that we have the right personnel on the field. And defensively, we're changing some things a little bit. And then on offense, we're making some changes as well. We're going to have co-coordinators, which Coach McNair will for the rest of the season. He'll be he'll be the play caller. He'll be the play caller. Coach Frederick will still be co-coordinator. He'll still be implementing things as well. But the reason why we're doing it is simply because he's a veteran coach, he's a championship coach, he's been an OC, and he can add his wisdom and expertise to what we're doing to help ourselves out. So that's what we're going to do, and we're excited about it. Everybody's all on board, and those are the changes we feel we have to make in order to give ourselves a chance. Like I said, we got a good football team, so we got to do whatever we need to do to make sure that we get this train on the right track to finish what we want to finish.
Coach, I think you got to get the ultimate decision in having Fred McNair step in to have more input on offense.
Like I said, wisdom, game experience, he's a championship pedigree. He's done it. He's done it at a high level, and he can add some things that will help us out because we're struggling in a few areas. So we just need some expertise, some experience to help us with that.
Coach, after looking at the film, what did you take from Cam's performance? And I know he probably wasn't proud of it. How do you and the rest of the coaching staff kind of keep his head up, during tough times?
Well, you got to watch the film, and you got to be critical. You got to watch film with a critical eye, and you have to be truthful. You have to be truthful with them, and at the same time, you're truthful with them, then you encourage them. The thing that we do on this staff is we're gonna correct, we're gonna discipline, and then we're gonna build up and encourage. And that's what we do. He didn't play well in a lot of situations, and so. But the biggest thing is ball security. We can't turn the ball over back-to-back series in a dogfight. The game was never tough. So we talk about that, and that's something that we work on. We do ball security drills and all those things, and it's just disappointing that we tell them. I told them last night, the ball is the issue. I told everybody the ball is the issue, regardless of whether it's offense, defense, special teams. And so we have to make sure that we understand that and we do those things to make sure that we show up those things. But as we corrected him, then we lifted him up, and he went out last night and practiced well. So we expect him to practice well the rest of the week as well.
What do you feel like is the biggest issues with the special teams? Not just this year, but it's like for a while y'all been having a problem trying to get something out of that you.
Well, I mean, it's a combination of things. And so, to go and score and then, give up a big return the very next kickoff, and that's a carbon copy of game one. What we have to do a better job schematically of what we're doing. And that's something that we looked at, and that's why I've step back in to make sure that we do those things. There's certain things that you do, certain things you don't do. I think that we have to make sure that we do that. And then personnel, we got to have the right personnel on the field as well to make sure that we're doing things right. We played better against Valley. We got better from week 0 to week 1. Week 1, week 2, we regressed. And the thing about it, I always say, and y'all hear me say it all the time, special teams, you do two things. You either gain momentum or you take momentum away. And if you win the kicking game, that gives you an advantage. And we didn't win the kicking game. We didn't win the game. So the 2 games we lost, we didn't win the kicking game either. And as a result, we lost.
Any chance Jalen Woods play Saturday?
No.
Will Cameron be the starter?
Yeah.
Do you have a timetable for Jalen and her?
I really don't. I'm hoping to get him back after the bye week. I would say that. I know Herman, Trey, I think he'll be back before the bye week. And of course, with concussion protocol, it just depends on how he responds to the SCAT test. But he's been around, he's been out, he was at the game Saturday night, and he's progressing well. So it's just a matter of how his concussion protocol return to play test come back.
Is there a chance that Ashton or Dylan Compton play in Fresno?
Yeah, we're going to get Ashton. Ashton's going to play. He's going to play Saturday, and it's essential that he does play because we have to get him some game reps. He does a great job in practice, so we want to get him in the game and let him find out what he does well and things he needs to work on. So we'll definitely use him as well.
I know y'all talk a lot about protecting the love. Just how much more disappointing was Saturday for that to be the home opener?
Oh, it was very disappointing. I mean, I thought like I said, I told the team all week, I said, they played well against UAB, but, being in this conference a long time, I knew how things would go. And I told them we had to get off to a good start, a fast start. We moved the ball up and down the field, but we just didn't put it in the end zone. And we played well defensively for the most part. And then we hit, towards the end, the Achilles heel, missed assignment, eyes in the wrong place. Guys got tired trying to press, to do too much to make plays, and that's what happens when you're trying to win a ball game. Some guys are going to try to do too much, and then that's when the pressing comes and the missed tackles and miscommunication. So it just snowballs. It snowballs when you score, and then you give up a big return 2 plays later, missed assignment, touchdown. Then you got 2 back-to-back turnovers. In that whole series, it was a 17-point swing. You're talking about a game that was 7-6, went from 7-6 to 13-7, and it was a 17-point swing. So it's very disappointing, because we wanted to play well, we wanted to be undefeated at home. We enjoyed the atmosphere, the crowd, we knew all those things. And so the guys are disappointed, we're disappointed, but at the end of the day, we're going to bounce back. Like I told them last night, I said, in life, you're going to face adversity. You got 1 or 2 choices. Either you're going to put your head down and wallow and feel sorry for yourself, or you're going to go to work and you're going to fight to recover. And that's what we do here. And that's what I love about my guys. That's what I love about this coaching staff. We're disappointed, but we still going to fight because we got a lot to fight for. And so, we went out there last night. Energy was high. Guys were excited, running around. So, it's day 2. So we're going to prepare today and go out there and do the same thing.
As a head coach, what are your thoughts on money games?
Well, I mean, based on us playing up, it's a 2-pronged approach. You have to do it for the financial aspects, and then I think about it, it's like anything else. When you're strategic about it, I have a problem with it. And so It's just depending on, because I've been in this situation before, and I've been at it at other institutions, and we've been in games where we were on the verge of upsetting teams, play here and there. You know, I can remember being here, and we were down at Tulane in the Dome, and it was a ball game. We were up at one time, and then towards the end, we got a little worn down and things of that nature. Then there was other places we were leading at halftime. Quarterback got hurt, we wound up losing the game. But I just think it depends on how you schedule those games. And, you know, it depends. Everybody's got a different reason. And like I said, I don't have a problem with it if you know, when you schedule strategically, because I think that there's some teams that you can play, you know, on any given day, anybody can be beaten. So, you know, that's just what it is.
Coach, how have you liked or enjoyed, you know, being hands-on starting this week and really getting back involved? And I know you've kind of taken a bird's eye view, like your coach's coach. But how has it been for you to get back to what you know?
Well, actually, I started 2 weeks ago. So, and it's been good. It's been fun. You know, it's different. And I think the guys, they like it too because, in a sense, because I'm actually having an opportunity to, they get to hear me back coaching again. And so, if that makes sense. So, of course, I'm coaching, but actually coaching a segment and things of that nature. And so, it's good, you know, because sometimes when you're just overseeing everything, it kind of gets mundane. And so, you want to always try to find a way to do something. So, it's kind of good. And, of course, you know, I jumped in, dabbled a little bit with the defense, but, you know, getting back in the special team game, I really enjoy that.
I know you can't give away the secrets, but on the offensive side, making McNair the co-offensive coordinator, is that to hopefully, I guess, inspire more creativity in the pass game, or any other details related to just what type of changes?
Yeah, we're not going to give away any secrets. You know?
Yeah.
I can't give away, you know. I can't give out an early scouting report.
Of course.
Stay tuned.
Last question.
How do you prepare this team to go after a tough loss to Alabama State, to go all the way to the West Coast and take on a FBS opponent like Fresno State?
Well, like I told him, I said, listen, we turn the page. You know, we go 24 hours. We go 24 hours, win or lose. And then we lock in and we get ready for the other opponent. And here's an opportunity for these guys to play up and see how they fare. And then those guys who have aspirations and opportunities to play on the next level after college, this gives them an opportunity to compete. And so now when you have scouts coming to see those guys, what better way than to impress the scouts by playing well against those guys? And that happens. That happens. That's one of the pluses about playing up, and that's happened in the past where we've had guys and other schools as well. Guys have competed and they played well and they showed out. And those scouts say, hey, this kid down at such and such. And so it's an opportunity to, you know, show what you can do against guys that are up on the next level.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Any questions for Coach McNair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to him. I didn't agree.
I hope you don't say it.
Can't escape it.
Thank y'all for having me.
Coach, what's the first thing you've done since being named coach, offensive coordinator?
You know, in the position I'm in, I'm coaching quarterbacks anyway, so it's always good to be able to be at that position coaching guys and people understand what we're trying to do as an offense. You know, it's been in collaboration with Coach Frederick as offensive coordinator. You know, it's been good. When we talk about being co-coordinators and things like that, it's kind of changed things where you have more input in things that we're doing offensively. Kind of collaborate the whole thing together and try to bring something to do offense special in the offense side of the ball.
How do you think this change could be a difference maker for your offense?
Well, I mean, you know, just the voice probably, you know, just hearing different voices in the room. You know, us collaborating together and hearing different voices as a play call, you know, so things of that in terms of this offense be more productive. But at the same time, you know, we have to make plays. We have to be able to execute plays as well on offense. No matter what the play call calls, you have to be able to execute. Every play is designed to score a touchdown. Whether it's from the -1 or +1. But we have to be able to execute.
How do you think, what do you think will be the key to getting more out of the passing game?
I think this thing, we got to catch balls. We got to catch balls. The quarterback has to make the throws. We have a lot of opportunities in the passing game that we have not made in terms of things we can do. We have to be able to make plays, throw the ball and catch it. We got a wide open receiver, we don't get it to them. We got a wide open receiver, throw it to them, they don't catch it. So it plays a lot of factor to what we do offensively. Those drops create first downs, bad plays, just the things we got to do. If you go back to executing, those are things you have to execute. You have to execute wide open passes and make sure they catch them. So I think that we have to do offense to execute plays. So we're all in as offense, and the guys understand what we got to do. We got to make plays. That's where it started at. We can call plays all day long. If you don't execute them, it's going to look bad. So we're trying to get to that point where we get the guys to understand and execute. Concentrate, focus.
Sorry about that. For Cameron, I guess what are some strengths as well as improvement areas that you've seen so far?
Well, Cameron, he's a very heavy quarterback, and he's been doing well up until Saturday. He had a rough game Saturday. He understands that. For one person to understand it, he's understanding. We met this morning on occasion. I just told him, we got to play a whole lot better at that position. Not only him, but we got Ashton going to come in and play this week. So we just got to figure out things that he can do best. Just really narrowed down to execution again, and we got to make those plays and execute. So Ashton get a lot of playing time this weekend. Hopefully come in and spark the offense as well, and hopefully Cameron learn from this past weekend. We can't turn the ball over, we can have interceptions and things of that nature. So we just got to get the things right that he can do.
We haven't seen a whole lot of Ashton so far. What does he bring to the room as a quarterback?
Well, he's a tough individual, and he's a very headed quarterback, and he plays very hard, and he's going to give you all he got during the course of practice. He gave the defense a good look when he first got here, and then we started implementing him into the role on the offense to where he can get some plays in on offense as a player too as well. So he did some good things throughout the course of time he's been here. So we're looking forward to seeing him play a whole lot this weekend. So we'll see what he got, and we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.